It was a good 60-70 yards. He just pings it there. Hardly any backlift. They go from defence to attack really quickly, Liverpool.
And that goal and the pressure has spurred the Liverpool support on the Kop into song.
And always the danger in these pre-season games that you've got to avoid the result becoming embarrassing.
Yeah, they don't want damage to accrue and a humiliating scoreline to get the better of them psychologically. Is Manquillo. Lovren.
Yeah, Manquillo just didn't panic there. Stayed in possession of the football well.
You'd expect, wouldn't you, if they do as we expect for Alberto Moreno goes through, for Johnson to switch to right back probably next week. Henderson taking on Ginter again, is having a difficult couple of minutes.
Yeah, the young German does a little bit better here. That's the big asset of Jordan, you know, making these lung busting runs from midfield. He just tries to go round one way and collect the other, and the youngster Ginter does better.
Ricky Lambert desperately wants a goal. It's a fairy tale for him to even be at Liverpool, having been rejected by the club when he was just 15 years of age. Always supported them, scored in all 4 divisions, played for England at the World Cup. Now his boyhood heroes. Coutinho meanwhile to Sterling. He's giving Dortmund all the trouble they can have.
Well, again, he just tries to catch the keeper by taking it early. But again, Liverpool pounds, good pressing. And they just spring into attack. This 3 again. And just combined beautifully on the edge of the box. And he just tries to take it early there.
Long ball was aimed towards Immobile. Here he is. Mkhitaryan tries to do it all on his own, but to no avail. Interesting character who trained to be a lawyer at one stage, speaks 5 languages as well.
Yeah, clever player. Clever in the mind, clever in his feet. That's the question. If he was in this Liverpool squad, where would he play? Would he play ahead of Coutinho? I don't know.
I think they'd find a role for him probably, wouldn't they? Pretty much.
He's of that ilk though, is that ilk of just playing in that little hole, getting half turned and sliding those little passes through.
Mkhitaryan. Oh, it's time a free kick is given. Lucas is not too impressed with the decision.
I can understand why. My feeling is he gets the ball here. He gets a bit of it.
Did he get some of the man as well, though?
Didn't follow through, I'll give you that.
So they give those, don't they, now? In your heyday, they'd have just said, great tackle.
Yeah, and get up.
Yep. Schmalz's going to this. It's too long for Sven Bender.
It's a missed opportunity to get a decent service into the box. Grossly overhit.
Jurgen Klopp, very much a hero with the Dortmund fans. I must say I'm impressed with the number of German fans who've come here for a friendly
Pre-season
match
friendly, yeah.
on a Sunday.
Fantastic. They're proper fans, the Dortmund fans.
I had enough trouble getting here from London. This is Hoffman. Here's Immobile. Goes behind for a corner kick. Dortmund needing some kind of reason to believe in this fixture so far. They've been very much second best. They look a level below Liverpool in terms of sharpness and fitness, don't they?
Absolutely. You know, and the manager's looking for positives. You know, they've got this cup tie during the week.
Gerrard got the header away. Here's Immobile. He's been making himself busy. Hoffman tries to play it inside. Here's Immobile again.
Immobile just trying to inject a little bit of tempo to his team's passing.
Lucas Piszczek. He'll be glad when he's got Kuba Błaszczykowski playing in front of him on that right-hand side again. The two Polish internationals together. Big threat. Been for a few years.
Yeah, they combine really well. But again, it's a slack giveaway.
Sturridge. Now Glenn Johnson. Jordan Henderson again, a lovely ball from Coutinho. Cut back by Manquillo. Dortmund at full stretch to get it away.
That's just another little great phase of play. 1 and 2 touch.
Oh, beautiful from Henderson. Cut back by Manquillo, starting to enjoy himself. Gerrard White here, Glenn Johnson. And Piszczek was cracked by that one and certainly felt the full force of it.
Don't tell me he's been hit on the hip. Oh, they work it again. Great pass by Steven Gerrard. On his weaker left foot, it's a great strike. No, he takes it fully right on the head.
Right on the head, yeah. It was a knockout blow delivered by Glenn Johnson. That was travelling.
Yeah, it was travelling. Great strike on his weaker side. This is clever play in the corner here. Just a little dink outside of the boot. That's clever play. He whips it across. This is the pass from Gerrard. Good first touch. Wham, take that.
Turning a bit here, Liverpool. I wonder what Ronald Koeman, the manager of Southampton, who comes in next week, what's he thinking?
Well, Sammy Lee will be telling him Liverpool are very good at Anfield. No, they've been slick, they've been impressive, Liverpool. I'd have to say they're ahead of Dortmund in all aspects. Fitness, sharpness.
Big season coming on is Kevin Grosskreutz. Another of those Dortmund players who went to the World Cup and didn't get a kick. He was due to come on when Bastian Schweinsteiger got injured and was stripped off, ready to go. And Schweinsteiger said, "No way, I'm
just
carrying
kept
on."
going. He just kept going. Schweinsteiger was awesome.
Oh, he was awesome. Final. Yeah. Gerrard. Grab that. Sterling. He's like an electric eel at times.
He gets out of little sections unbelievably well. He was outnumbered again there, Sterling. 2 and 1. And you can see the strength there. Look at that core. A bit of power.
He's holding his face for just take some kind of blow there, didn't he? Gerrard. Langerak takes it out of the air. Fine. He's the understudy to the normal number 1 Roman Weidenfeller, who again is one of those who's late back for duty because of the World Cup. Has barely had a shot to save, has he?
I don't think he's been asked to make any saves. It's been a cruise for Liverpool.
Ginter got it away. Here's Gerrard, reinvented as this deep-lying midfield player these days, almost joining the defence rather than the dynamic box-to-box goal scorer of old.
And obviously, you know, announces his international retirement. I can see him playing there for a couple of seasons yet here. And he can dictate and run the game from that position. Such a wonderful range of passing.
He ended on 114 caps, one behind David Beckham. There's Manchester City in the bottom of your picture, arriving at Wembley for the Community Shield against Arsenal. Frank Lampard. Now that's strange, isn't it? Seeing him turning up with Manchester City for a game.
It's really, really strange to see him in kit.
Again, great football. Coutinho's been everywhere. Towards Sturridge, not quite. Sturridge has kept it in play, mind you.
Looked as if it had just gone.
Still might be something. There is something. Jordan Henderson and Liverpool have been on fire in this friendly.
Oh, again, it's off the back. Some wonderful play again by Liverpool. He's got to be delighted. Oh, it's just a cruise. But again, it's this little clever combination play. It's great to watch. Maybe just offside there. Just chases this lost ball. That looks out as well. So a couple of decisions going for Liverpool here. But great skill again. And then just the simple task of flipping it into the empty net.
Well, I think there was a hint of offside in the build-up here with Coutinho.
Does this go as well? Oh, that looks as if it might have went over the line as well. But great skills here. And Jordan's just got to pass it in.
Well, pre-season friendlies can be deceptive, but I think Liverpool are showing here that there might well be life after Luis Suarez.
Well, they certainly look as if they're not missing them in any way, shape or form. The play in the final third of the pitch has been wonderful.
Coutinho's been sensational. That looks out of play. That does look out of play. I think you were right, Gary.
So fortunate in a couple of occasions, but they'll take those decisions.
4-0, Dortmund, Champions League finalists 15 months ago, runners-up in the Bundesliga last season, are being taken to the cleaners here a bit.
As I said earlier, it can just start getting a little bit embarrassing.
Jose Enrique came on amid all of that, by the way, to replace Glenn Johnson. Like switch, you're going to the left-back position. A lot of injury problems last season for Enrique. Hoffman.
Oh, no need. Just a little bit rash there from us. Just got to stand up. Just goes right through the back. Hoffman. Oh.
Which gives Dortmund a free kick. Going to make another change here and bring on Ji Dong-won, who had a spell at Sunderland. No goals in 7 matches. Mkhitaryan being saved for Wednesday in the German Super Cup final. I think they've decided this one is beyond saving, but they like to save a little bit of face here, I think.
I think that's the objective now. They've got to try and keep a clean sheet this last 25 minutes.
So G is on, Mkhitaryan is off. Hoffman playing that one in. So Kratis couldn't get his header away. Schmalzer forward this time. Well taken down that by Jonas Hoffman.
And again, Dortmund in the corner, out physicaled. Just brushed aside there, Hoffman.
Sokratis. Jojic has been busier than most for Dortmund. Takes on Jose Enrique. Grosskreutz. Dortmund born and bred. Kevin Grosskreutz. 1 or 2 scrapes off the pitch, but that's another story. Well, this will hurt Dortmund's pride, and I don't think Jurgen Klopp who a pilgrimage for him, coming to Anfield, bringing his team to Anfield. 4-0, not what they were expecting. Socrates helps it on, and Raheem Sterling it was who nodded it away.
I think especially just the manner of it as well, Ian. You know, they've been out-fought as well. They don't look as physically strong as Liverpool.
Here's Hoffman. How much of this Dortmund performance is down to the fact that they do have this big game against Bayern coming up?
It must be in their minds. It's taking their eye off the ball a bit today. And maybe something to do with it. You know, we're looking through the pre-season games. You know, Liverpool had some real blue-chip teams they played against, but the Dortmund didn't play many top clubs. This is their first real challenge. You still get a smile.
I think it's a smile through clenched teeth a little bit at the moment, though. Contract runs to 2018. He's done a wonderful job at Borussia Dortmund. Gerrard finds a good ball. There's absolutely no doubt. I think one conclusion we can draw is Liverpool are fit and ready for the new season.
That's a great opportunity today. The new signings getting a feel of the Anfield turf.
But they will miss Suarez. He was involved in 42 of those 101 goals, either scoring or assisting.
Ian, I think I was up here maybe 6 or 8 times last season, and he is just breathtaking, Suarez.
Despite his idiocy at the World Cup, we should add, I think. Here's Coutinho. Norwich looking to flick it on. Coutinho, who's been simply brilliant on the day. Now, Sterling. Look at this.
This little fella's been outstanding as well.
Aubameyang has just never got into the game at all. That's Grosskreutz, bit of frustration showing he goes through Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, just creeping in there. Good chasing back by Jordan.
Here's Sturridge. Oh, Gerrard let it run, and Skirtle was able to do something about it before G could take advantage. And Liverpool have bossed this game in a big way.
Oh, from start till now.
Here are some games coming up on BT Sport. Well, right after this, the Community Shield, Arsenal against Manchester City. It's live from Wembley, so do stay tuned a little bit later on. Big day on BT Sport. On Wednesday, we'll have Borussia Dortmund in action in that game we've been talking about, German Super Cup against Bayern Munich. 4:45 on Wednesday for you. Next Saturday, our League coverage starts with Manchester United. Louis van Gaal's first game in charge against Swansea. We're on the air from midday with that one. It's all available on the BT Sport app as well, and on btsport.com.
I think the only thing for Liverpool now getting into the final 20 minutes is they can't get complacent. They can't get bored with the situation. They've just got to try and keep passing and moving the ball quickly.
Now the Dortmund fans have decided that they'll go into some celebrations anyway. Just enjoy the trip, and almost like a tourist trip to Anfield for them. Inside towards Sturridge. Booming header from Dejan Lovren. He's announced his arrival with a goal. Sturridge inside was waiting for it. He couldn't go for it. He was in an offside position. Schmelzer.
Schmelzer just forced into a loose pass. His shoulders are slumped, Dortmund.
This game going on now in rather pleasant summer conditions. I'm not quite sure what happened to the tail end of Hurricane Bertha. Maybe it's...
It did not arrive here in Liverpool.
It didn't arrive in Liverpool anyway. It's, apologies if it's bad weather where you are. But it's nice here.
Yeah, conditions are perfect.
Lucas. Away by Socrates, who did appear at the World Cup for Greece. So a change, another change here for Borussia Dortmund. They're going to take off the ineffective Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And on comes the defender Bandowski. Made 3 appearances last season in the reserve team, which plays in a lower league. So all change really for Dortmund. We're in that rather unsatisfactory period of pre-season friendlies where there are mass substitutions and you almost have a completely different cast list in front of you.
Yeah, the game just starts to drift away, really. That's the challenge for Liverpool. They just got to keep the tempo going. And get a couple more goals in at that top end. I think Brendan will be delighted to take loads of positives from this 70 minutes that have been played.
Well, he said they learnt plenty on that American tour. Went to some lovely cities. I know he's got relatives over in America, Brendan Rodgers. And coming off and getting a standing ovation, and rightly so, is Philippe Coutinho, who's put in a sumptuous performance here, including a goal.
Some of the little touches and vision, second to none.
And they're desperate to keep him on board as well. On comes young Jordan Ibe, who was in Wycombe Wanderers' first team when he was 15 years old.
Bit of power and pace, Ibe. Something a little bit different from Coutinho. More direct.
Here's Sturridge. I was hoping that might be fed to him. Instead it went to Jose Enrico. Here's Ibe's first involvement. His progress still carefully monitored by all those youngsters who were around him at Wycombe Wanderers and grew up with him. Henderson, no flag. Socrates with the clearance. How worried would Jurgen Klopp be, I wonder, about Dortmund's display here?
I'd be worried. You know, when you see your side performance, you'll be asking himself questions. Has the preparation been right? Here's the lie. Here's the one.
Ricky Lambert.
Could be a nice roar for this guy.
He was living the dream, really, coming to Liverpool. Immobile engineered a chance for him, yet he's working very, very hard to try to make things happen. G. There's Ciro Immobile again. Goes to Sven Bender. Him and his brother Lars, both German internationals. Immobile once more. Took a deflection off Lovren and nearly went for an own goal.
At least Immobile is just showing a wee bit of intensity, a bit of fight. Takes a wicked deflection.
He's got big boots to fill, though, hasn't he, Immobile, with Lewandowski gone.
Lewandowski he'll be massive success for me.
Here comes the Borussia Dortmund corner kick. Southern helps to get it away. Hasn't gone very far, mind you. Gerrard here. Now it is. So here comes the little moment that Ricky Lambert's been waiting for. Of course, he has appeared in a Liverpool shirt pre-season, but this is the first one they've had at Anfield. Sturridge getting a very warm ovation too, scorer of the first goal. Beautifully taken. Another big role for him this season.
Yeah, different from Lambert. What a great story, this guy. It's one of those magical football stories he's got to embrace and enjoy every second of playing here at Anfield.
Well, he's shown that he can be a force in the Premier League. 15 in his first season in it for Southampton, 13 last season.
Yeah, and a big assister as well. Links the team really well. Clever vision. People who go and join him and make little runs off him. He can spot a pass.
So another change coming up here. Jojic to be replaced by Amini. Mohamed Amini, a 21-year-old Australian midfield player playing in the third tier not so long ago. Sydney born.
Interesting hairstyle.
Well, there's a touch of the Marouane Fellaini's about it, isn't there? Maybe a junior version.
Just a junior version, half cut.
We're not here to talk about hairstyles, otherwise we'd have had Vidal Sassoon or somebody.
No, you and I cannot talk about hairstyles.
Definitely not. Here is Amini. Andowski played it inside. G. Almost a completely different Borussia Dortmund side than the one
that started
played
again,
in the first half.
Yeah, it's all changed nearly.
I think the two central defenders and the goalkeeper haven't changed, but just about everybody else.
Smeltzer left back.
Oh yeah.
But the new additions haven't really brought any urgency or anything different.
Now they've barely produced a chance, maybe this time for Hoffman. Henderson was caught a little bit late there by G, but here's Raheem Sterling. Looks like he's going to play the full 90.
It does
materialise. We'll see. Part of the many subplots. Sarr laying it forward, but not accurately. Gerrard cutting it out. Very professional display this from Liverpool. They've never really let up or never eased their grip.
No, they've been classy. And they've done everything the right way. Still moving it nice and quick. Even though the tempo and the pace of the game has dipped.
Whether they can translate this sort of form into the Premier League, we will find out. Last season, they conceded 3 goals against Everton, Hull, Stoke, Swansea, Cardiff and Crystal Palace.
You know, when you break it down and see that, you can't win the league if you lose goals like that against those type of opposition.
One for Ricky Lambert to chase now, just ahead of him. The Kop would love it, I think, if Ricky Lambert could get one to cap this.
So would Ricky Lambert, I tell you.
Yeah. I'm guessing as a striker that first goal for a new club is a big one, isn't it, always?
Yeah, and it would be special if he gets it in that end as well, at the Kop end.
Where he would have once stood, I'm sure. Well, Liverpool, we know, in very good shape as they go into the new season. Martin Kelly, the full-back, who's had a lot of injury problems in his time, is to come on, and a big round of applause for the new full-back, Javier Manquillo.
I don't think he put a foot wrong, Manquillo. He was immaculate in his performance. Nice game to play in.
And Brendan Rodgers has been chatting away to him in Spanish, I'm told. Impressive.
Irish, Spanish.
Ooh, helped on there by G, and then Kelly. First involvement is to get that out of harm's way. Nystock helped it forward. Amini wide. Now Bandowski. Immobile. Looked pretty lively since he came on, but not a lot of support.
Oh, yeah, at least he's injected a little bit of pace.
Sterling, another impressive game for him, but Sven Bender very strong. Plenty of injury problems for Bender over the last year or so, which meant he wasn't in German contention for the World Cup. Ginter. Bandowski. Well, it's a good hit. Blocked on the way through. One bit of team news we can give you, by the way, for the upcoming Community Shield, Arsenal and Manchester City, is that Joe Hart is not in goal, as speculated upon for Manchester City. Willy Caballero, the recent signing from Manuel Pellegrini's old club, Malaga, getting the nod today.
He's a favourite of Pellegrini's. Is there anything in that? Joe Hart, still the #1.
See you next weekend, I guess. Keeps it interesting, doesn't it?
Serious competition.
Alexis Sanchez is in the Arsenal team, in case Gunners fans were wondering. That's to come right after this from Wembley. Arsenal and Manchester City, all live on BT Sport for you today. Bandowski. Nice stock. Confident piece of work, but Gerrard's still there covering in front of the defence. They want that clean sheet. Dortmund haven't lost pre-season before this. Strong as an ox, isn't he, Bender?
Bender did well there. Showing a bit of power.
Skirtle to cut it out. Of course, one departure from Anfield in recent days. Pepe Reina, who was on loan at Napoli last season, came back, but he's going to be the number 2 at Bayern Munich to Manuel Neuer. And by the way, just at the bottom of the picture there, that is confirmation of the Arsenal team. Callum Chambers there, interestingly, in the starting lineup, and Yaya Sanogo got 4.
No Giroud.
And then the City team there as well going through. Nastasic in those.
Yeah, both strong sides.
G. Now Amini. We've seen plenty of the ball, Borussia Dortmund, but they've hardly created a thing. Liverpool have been good, not only with the ball, but with it today.
We get a nice shape when they lose the ball.
That wasn't always the case last season.
No, they switched off quite a bit. That was that little turnover of the ball. I thought they were a little bit slow to get into the defensive shape. You can see they've worked on it during the summer.
Nice stock. Lewandowski's cross is charged down. Young Nystock's made a good impression since he came on, working hard. Nico Nystock, a youngster coming through the system at Dortmund. It's one thing that doesn't happen. You don't tend to get big players moving between the big clubs. It's happening all the time in Germany with people like Götze and now Lewandowski moving from Dortmund to Bayern Munich.
Become a little bit of a feeder club for Bayern Munich.
For the competition, is it particularly?
No.
When you've got a 19-point gap.
It's just.
I mean, I think Bayern Munich had won March. One of the Dortmund people was telling me downstairs beforehand they'd spent 80 million euros and Bayern Munich twice that. So he said our chances of cutting the gap are maybe not as bright as you might think. We certainly need
19
to
points.
Is
it 19 points? You know, in this performance today, but there's players missing. I'm sure they'll be up to speed in the week against Bayern Munich.
They'll need to be a whole lot better than what we saw here. Obviously, it's mostly reserve and youth players we're seeing out on the pitch at the moment, with 1 or 2 exceptions. Obviously, Immobile, you would think, would be first choice. And that is the final whistle. Satisfactory work in progress. More than that, really, for Liverpool, who bossed that game right the way through. Borussia Dortmund, in truth, sloppy and disappointing. But Liverpool was slick in attack, were ahead inside 10 minutes and dominated from that point onwards, including a goal for Dejan Lovren in his first game in a Liverpool shirt. 4-0, it was emphatic.
I thought they were excellent. I thought the opposition were a bit disappointing. I think Jurgen Klopp will be disappointed with the showing. But you can't take anything away from Liverpool. I thought they were excellent right from the word go. When they passed it with a lovely tempo, the crispness, he's got to be delighted. Loads and loads of positives.
Coming up, Arsenal and Manchester City in just a moment for you. Next Saturday we've got a new show for you. Darren Fletcher and Robbie Savage hosting Match Day Live. That's ahead of our coverage of the Premier League. And our first game is Manchester United against Swansea. How will Louis van Gaal do in his first Premier League game? Big question. Answers on BT Sport. 4-0 to Liverpool here then against Borussia Dortmund. Wembley.